it's still injuring quite a number of people, in the sense that you see quite a number of people that would say that, oh, I've been doing this job for the last 10 years. I don't think I want to leave. Okay, I don't feel like I'm ripe enough. I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think I'm there. I don't think I'm. There's so many thoughts and feelings that is attached to it. What about if I get a job and I don't do well and they sack me and I live there? So you see, imposter syndrome just is tied towards keeping people in the same place. All right, keeping people stagnant. Okay, not progressing. So there's something we call analysis paralysis. It's almost the same. It's one of the symptoms of imposter syndrome. Okay, so you're always analyzing situations. Situations that have not even happened. Okay, so you're analyzing it and you're saying that, what about if I try go to the interview and I mess up and I flop, and when I flop, I become embarrassed. And they tell every other person, I see what the person did. I mean, that's another person would say, oh, what about if I get a job and I underperform and I'm let go of the job? There's so many analysis that would go into making you feel like you're not good enough or you shouldn't take the right decision. All right. And something I will just tell you guys, just for a start, is you miss out 100% of the opportunities you don't take. You miss out 100% of the opportunities you don't take. Now, if you try to take it, there is a 50% chance that it might be your own. And there is a 50% chance it's not yours. But the fact that you tried, you have a 50% chance of you getting something that you desire. Okay? And I met somebody just about I would say maybe 2, 3 months ago. Okay, we had an event in Edmonton, okay, Calgary, in Alberta, here in Canada. So I went for the event. I was anchoring the event. One of the businesses, the analytics, was doing the event. So we went there. We were meeting with quite a number of stakeholders and people that were looking at getting into the tech space and so on. So we had one guy came in. He said he was telling me his own story. He told me that he used to work as a planner, financial planner. So if you go to the bank, you go to Scotia Bank, you go to TD Bank, there are financial planners in there. All right. So he used to work as, in the bank. He used to work in a bank in Nigeria, came here, was able to do his certification and got into that financial advisor role. And he did that. And while he was doing that, he said he wasn't excited, number one. Number two, he said what really made him transition was he got to work on the Saturday. Okay, so he had the Saturday shift. He went to work that Saturday, and he saw that the manager of that branch wasn't excited, wasn't feeling good, or wasn't. There was something wrong with her. Something was up with the manager, and he went to meet the manager, and had a conversation with him, and he found out that this guy is not even excited about. He's a manager. He's a big boy. He's supposed to be a big boy managing a whole branch. He's supposed to be chilling and having a good time. So he saw his future essentially. He saw his future that, okay, even in the next 5, 10 years, I eventually become a branch manager or whatever number of years, what does the future entail? Does this look like fun? This guy is still coming to work on a Saturday. This guy is still, long story short, he said, you know what, at that point in time, it was going to pivot into any other career path that would give him flexibility and all that. And this was a decision that he took, he made. Okay, nobody else made it for him. And he made that decision and he was able to get into the role of a business analyst. And he switched roles. And currently he leads BA. He leads like a project, a business analyst team with one recognizable organization here in Canada. I can't remember the name. But remember, like, people are in that same situation today. I'm not happy with their job, not excited about it, but imposter syndrome will make them feel as though they should remain where they are. They're not good enough. You now start learning all these things again. You now start taking, you start learning all these things. You start watching videos. You start practicing. You start creating portfolio again. At this your age, at this your time, and that's part of the things that would hinder quite a number of people from pushing themselves forward and even achieving something successful. Now, let's just say peradventure that guy did not make an effort. It just felt like, okay, Canada, there's no job now. I'll now start wasting my time again learning something I'm not likely going to get a job. There's no likelihood for me to get a job. There are no jobs in Canada, blah, blah, blah. The guy didn't, let's just say, wore that cap. Okay? That guy will still be working as a financial advisor in a branch, maybe earning less than 100K, and not totally excited about what he's doing. And that's what imposter syndrome basically does for you. It just basically wants to keep you. There's something I learned recently, actually. There's something we call self perseverance. Okay, so where your mind, your body basically just wants you to be comfortable, wants you to be absolute. So most decisions that you make are decisions that would want to make you comfortable, make you okay, rather than going for a jog. Why you're tired? Sit down, rest. That run that you run, you're tired already. You might go for that run now, you fall down, you break your leg. Self-preservation. So your all your decisions that you take most of the time is not supposed to push you to become exceptional. It's to push you to be okay, to be alive. That's what self-preservation is. And that's where imposter syndrome also picks it up from. Now, transitioning to the tech space or any kind of career path takes guts, it takes effort. Okay. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Now, do you guys know what this is? I'm pretty sure all of us are in Canada, so we see snow every. I mean, we're entering into the snow season now. So, but you
That's a
guys,
nice word.
an iceberg, 100%. Okay. So we all know iceberg, and we all know that, you know, we all know that 80% of the iceberg is underneath the water. But most people actually focus on the 20%. What you see is the 20%. And that's even most professionals that you see today. You see if Miller talking to you today, you're likely just seeing the 20%. Okay. Oh, this guy's successful. Oh, this person was able to get a job. Come on, it's just one. It's just lucky. It's one out of 50 people. It's one out of 100 people. And the guy must be very, very smart. See all the schools that he has gone to. You finished from this. You finished distinction from that one. It's because of these distinctions. That's why he's able to get a job. Oh, the guy got support. He knows before he came to Canada, he already has people in Canada. That's why he was able to get a job. The other person, oh, he has support from the UK. He has friends in the UK. That's why, somebody, one of the person that recommended him, and that's how he was able to get a job. Oh, that person is privileged. The guy has always lived in the UK now. Even vacation when we were in Nigeria, he was always going to the UK to vacation. So I mean, at that point in time, do you that guy get money, die? Do you understand? Privileged, successful, favor, easy, beautiful. Everybody just sees the 20%, and people will think that that's what it is. That's surface value. Now look at the guy. I'm still going to share my own personal experience, and I'm going to share so many other people's experience along the session. But the guy I wanted to transition was talking about the things that he did in order for him to transition. The number of nights, the number of projects, the number of reading that he had to do in order for him to transition. Now, some people will not see that. But once you post a message on LinkedIn, congratulations, I just got a job. I just got a job as a business analyst working with TD Bank or working with this particular organization or whatsoever. Okay? That's what people see. People see that 20%. That post is the 20%. Oh, this guy lucky, die. This guy is favored. Oh, this guy is smart. The guy is very smart. He was able to achieve it, and that's it. But people don't get to see the number of efforts, the number of failed interviews, the number of embarrassed interviews, the number of plenty failures the person had before he got that single one that they went ahead to that's excited to post about. People don't get to see the big things. Okay. People only focus on your success. So if you start a business today, and I was talking to Grace, okay, to start a kind of business, digital marketing or working with startups and doing all the things that they need to do, social media management, blah, 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 all that. It's probably not going to be easy. Shuffling from Evereston to downtown is probably a good 35 minutes drive or 20 minutes drive or whatever the case is. All right, you shuffle down, you write a business proposal, you call them, you try to reach, blah blah blah. People don't see all those small handwork failures. People schedule a meeting, they don't attend the meeting. You have to drive back without even meeting anybody, without achieving anything. People don't see all that. But the moment you now get one contract to say, okay, come on, help us do this particular thing, and you write it out, and you say, oh, my first client, or I just got a bag, I just bagged this deal. People would see that as the 20%. this lady was success. This guy, oh no, she put on. She actually she was able to get this one. She's smart. She's lucky. That kind of thing, and that's exactly what the situation is. But the key thing here is there is 80% of the work. Okay. And that's where you see the failures. That's where majority of the time you get to see failures. Tried attempts, failed attempts, interviews that flopped, so many things that did not go the way it's supposed to go. Sleepless nights. Okay, when other people are sleeping, you are on your bed or you're on the table in the basement reading or studying. People don't see all those ones. Okay. So, and so many other things that you can attach to being, not really failures, but learning curve. Okay, I don't see failures. I see learning curve. Okay, so if you go for an interview and you don't do fantastically well, trust me, that's a learning curve. And I'll share another person's experience. A friend of mine also was in Nigeria. We used to work as consultants back in Nigeria. When we were learning data analytics, it was doing something else entirely. So by the time we were scaling in our own data analytics, data science career, the guy it was still trying to find his feet. But eventually he said, okay, if a man, I want to go into data, whatever it takes, I'm ready. So he went through it. We worked on projects. He did all the things he needed to do, learn. He got an interview with Stanbic IBTC in Nigeria as a data engineer. Okay. So he went for the interview and they asked him a question. They asked him a question on what is normalization. Okay. So it's a technique and it's one of the techniques for data modeling in as a data engineer. But this guy's never heard of normalization before, but he just felt like he needed to give an answer. So it was what we call RBS. Do you guys understand? Do you know what RBS stands for? Does anybody know what RBS? RBS. Nobody. Okay.
Real
It's what
bullshit.
through the year. Come again.
No, sorry, no. So that wasn't for you.
No, go ahead. Oh, I thought you
I
actually
was
got the
talking to
answer.
someone here and I cracked a joke and I was like, real bullshit.
Yeah, that's it. That's the answer. That's it. That's it. RBS is actually random bullshit. So when you don't know the answer to something, but you're just trying to mumble something. It's an interview. Let me just say something that makes sense to me. Okay. So he did it, RBS, random bullshit, and the guy just talked about whatever. Okay. He said when he finished the interview and he got into the Uber that was taking him back to the office, then he Googled normalization and he started laughing. Okay, because what he had yapped during the interview was utter nonsense. Okay, he had yapped nonsense, absolute garbage, and he was like, it honestly still is still surprised why at the interview those people were not laughing because he was just yapping something that was totally off point. Now, fast forward a couple of weeks, months later, he was able to get a job with one of the insurance company. Guess what? This guy was earning probably like 250K in Nigeria at the time. His salary bumped up to almost 700K. Get a job with an insurance company. So for someone that was earning 250K, okay, now he's earning 700K, working as a data analyst, leading strategy, data analytics and strategy with the company. Okay. Now, if you post on LinkedIn, and somebody would say that, this guy, congratulations, they see that as success, but they don't see the number of failed interviews, failed and embarrassing interviews and all that. So transitioning into any tech role or any business or anything at all is exciting, but it's also a very daunting task. Okay, very daunting, very frustrating. Sometimes you don't even see the end of the tunnel. You don't even see what it's gonna look like, but you just keep doing it every day. You just keep showing up. Okay? It's just like going to the gym. It's exciting to go to the gym, drive to the gym, and go into the gym and see all the equipment, see the treadmill, see the bench press, see the Smith machine, and there's so many exciting things to see there. You go there the first day, you don't witness anything. You don't see anything the first day. Second day, you don't see anything. Third day, you don't see anything. Third, fourth. But you see, you do that for the next 20, 25, 30 days. You start to see difference. You start to see that, okay, redefine the thing that you couldn't pick up before, you can easily pick them up, and so on and so forth. But you have to do that every single day. That's what makes it exciting. And that's also what makes it daunting. That you have to do this thing every single day. You have to show up. But there's something that is lurking around the corner, okay? And that thing that is lurking is Imposter syndrome, a feeling, something you feel. Now, most people feel whatever they feel it's them. It's you that is feeling it. But it's just something that is trying to preserve you, self-preservation. The feeling that you are not competent as others perceive you to be. Okay, that's imposter syndrome. I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think I'm there yet. I don't think it's the time for me to do it. I mean, if I try and I fail, what people say. All right. No, but I'm not saying you should quit your job. Please don't quit your job and say that, okay, if I've had imposter, I've heard the imposter, I'm going to quit my job now and focus 100% on trying to get a job. No. All right. Okay. Oh, I have family. I have this. How do I manage everything together? I'm not saying you should quit anything. Okay. But essentially, imposter syndrome just basically limits you from actually achieving what you ought to achieve. Okay. Now, understanding why this happens, and it would help you to manage it better, and also teach you how to navigate how to go past it. Now, the key thing that you should have at the back of your mind is there is nothing bad that can happen. Okay. So in this history of or in the history of people transitioning, the worst case is they don't actually get a job and they still continue the job where they are. That's the worst case possible. So the person tries to transition and the person is unable to get a job, okay, and the person continues in the job that they are doing. That's the worst case. That's the worst case. But you try, but the person did not get it. All right, that's the worst case. Now, there is a possibility, there's a very big chance that if you try, you're likely going to get it. And that's exactly what I want you guys to have at the back of your mind. Now, there are stages of learning, okay? And let me start from the beginning. Now, the stages of learning, especially for people that are looking at either moving careers, starting a new role, or coming to a new environment, okay? Now, a lot of people would have felt like, oh, I have a ton of experience in Nigeria. I'm coming to Canada. I want to do that same thing I was doing in Nigeria, in Canada. It really doesn't work that way. And that's, I think, one of the guys, Onye Kachi. I'm not sure if he's on the call today. Okay. But Oyekachi is someone that I feel like would have done very well when it comes to anything that's to do with financial analysis. Okay, so financial analysis, financial modeling, quantitative analysis, and so on and so forth. Those are the kind of roles that he could also explore. Okay, so where am I heading to with these stages of learning? The first thing first, for everybody that's trying to move into a new thing, there's this first level, which is the complete novice stage, where you're oblivious of what it takes, what it actually takes for you to achieve what you want to achieve. Okay, so you're new in a country, you're new in Canada, you're new in the UK, and you're looking to get to the job. Somebody in Nigeria has told you that, it's possible for you to get to the UK and get a job. Job plenty for UK. There's so many jobs in Canada. There are opportunities. It's a green pasture. I mean, they are looking for workers. They're looking for people, and so on and so forth. That's the complete novice stage, where you don't have any experience of doing it, but you just feel like if you try, you might actually get it done. So this is a stage where it's just a complete novice. You don't know what it takes to get it done. Now, moving on to the next one, okay? That's where you have conscious incompetence. This is now when you get into Canada, okay? And you're looking at getting a job, for example, and you've applied to a ton of roles and rejection, 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 rejection. The same thing. If you're looking at transitioning into a new career path, okay, you want to become a business analyst, you want to become a project manager, you want to become, you want to start a digital marketing agency. This is where you now start. When you now start to see that, there's a lot of things I need to do. I need to create a website. I need to send messages. I need to get new clients. I need to write a proposal. There's so many things I need to do to get just one client. That's where fear sets in. Okay, I want to become a business analyst. I need to read. I need to I need to learn how to use Trello. I need to learn how to use Jira. I need to work on projects. There are so many things I need to do. Okay, and that you see at this point, when people start to observe the number of things they need to do, that's when they quit. Okay, so take for example the gym. You're going to the gym. Okay, so people have the notion that, okay, I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life in order for me to maintain a shape or to maintain a physique. I need to do this every single day in order for me to maintain this. Not many people see that it is over, it's too much for me, it's too much for anybody to do. What do? They quit. They don't go to the gym anymore. I mean, I need to enjoy my life, eat any food I want to eat, and do all the things I want to do. That's where conscious incompetence comes in. Now you're conscious to how incompetent you are. Okay? Either you're looking at transitioning or you're looking at starting something. Now at this point, you're not conscious to how incompetent you are. Like you're actually not that good. And there's a lot you need to do to actually become good. Okay? So you see, the next stage, and that's the thing that most people don't understand. The next stage is conscious competence. And there's a key word I used here, slightly dangerous. That's when you become slightly dangerous. Okay, slightly dangerous in the sense that you've completed some projects, you've done some small things here and there. You're not becoming more confident in the things that you know. Now you don't know how to solve the problem, for example, or you don't know how to get a job, or you don't know, but you know that okay, if I have a great CV, like the session that we've had today or so far this week, now you know that if you have a great CV, you might be able to get an interview. Okay, if I'm prepared for an interview, how do I introduce myself? You know how to introduce yourself. You know how to talk about situational based questions, answer situational based questions, and so on and so forth. Now, you're becoming slightly dangerous to the extent that if you keep applying for roles, you might actually get it. Okay, you might get an interview. From that interview, you might be able to sell yourself so well. Can you guys hear me? Is my internet messing up again?
We can hear you.
All right, so conscious competence is now that point where you become slightly dangerous. Then you know that, okay, if you try, there's a possibility, there is a 70% chance of you getting what you're looking for. Now, moving on to the last two, which is unconscious competence. This is the art. This is where you now know exactly what to do, how to get it done, and you can go about applying it to different roles. So, take for example, you want to apply to, a business analyst, okay? But you want to apply to a business data analyst role. You can look at the job description. You can see, okay, if given the opportunity, I can actually do this job. Okay, that's where we talk about unconscious competence. And last but not the least, which I feel like nobody can really get to, is mastery. This is where you become a master. Okay, but mastery is very, very subjective. Okay, master basically means like there is no more above you, and all you're doing now is learning. Okay, or all you're doing now is impacting. But in this day and age, I can tell you for free, things are constantly changing and updating. We live in a very, very dynamic landscape, timeline, or in the timeline, in a specific timeline. It's so dynamic that what you learned, what you're doing yesterday, you can come today and it's almost useless. Okay. So these are the key things that you need to understand. So the key thing here is the movement from conscious incompetence where you have seen that okay, it actually requires a lot for me to do this thing. Okay, it requires so much effort from me, it requires so much time, effort, sweat, and everything. It requires so much from me. That's where this at this point over here, the fear factor where people get scared and they drop off. Okay, the only thing that you need to remember is just keep your focus, just keep focusing. Okay, just keep your focus, keep doing it, showing up every day, just keep doing it small every day. If it is 30 minutes, it is 40 minutes, it is 1 hour, it's 2 hours, whatever you can do for that day, please do it. Keep showing up. If it's applying for a job, if it's applying for a job, if it is prepping for an interview or whatever the case may be, please keep doing it. Okay, I don't do it obliviously, like don't do it in the absence of nobody is there. Okay, or nobody's there to support you and that kind of thing. That's exactly what we're talking about. Okay, so you need somebody to be there, so that you're not going around in circles. Okay, so somebody that can offer some form of advice, support, and and so on, like, and somebody you can talk to, a mentor, that would also help significantly. So while you're focusing and doing your thing on a day-to-day basis, I would still say you should get like a mentor, somebody that will talk, somebody that can talk to you, somebody that can help you, somebody that can provide some form of advice, so on and so forth. Now, the confession I want to make is I also battle with imposter syndrome. Okay, I also battled with it for a very long time, and this is where I share my own personal story. Okay, this was me. I just finished university. I had no idea what I wanted to do. Okay, I when I say I have no idea, I had absolutely no idea. And let me tell you why that absolute is there. Even this, what I studied in school, I studied economics in university. Now, guess what? I studied economics in university because my elder brother was studying economics. So when my dad was asking me questions as to what I wanted to study in university, I did not know. So they said, if a man, since you're confused on what you want to learn, your elder brother is already doing economics, go do economics also. And that's exactly how I landed in economics. I fell in love with it, did economics, finished, graduated my 2-1, finished, and for everybody that did economics or knows anybody that studied economics in Nigeria, what they will tell you is you can work anywhere. You can work anywhere. You can work in a school. You can work in an hospital. You can work in a bank. You can work anywhere. But they will never tell you as what. So I knew that I could work anywhere, okay, but I did not know where I wanted to work, okay. So I was unemployed, was looking for a job, and eventually, luckily for me, I was able to get. I would say it's luck, to be honest with you, because I honestly didn't know God, not luck. I would say it's God, okay, that got me the job. I got an internship actually, so I got an internship, and during the internship was where I was properly exposed to the corporate world. Okay. And I saw that people actually had careers, like careers that you will climb the ladder. I never knew that those things happened or even existed. So it was at that point I saw that, okay, this is actually interesting. This is something that, this is a career that people actually talk about. Okay. And that's when I was exposed to it. And that's where I met one of the my co-founder of Analytics, also Adeza. Okay. And that's where we met and that's where we were working together. Okay. Now, at this point in time, there was something I figured out, and this is part of the reasons, having somebody around you. So Adeza was a very good friend of mine, and is still a very good friend of mine. Okay. He lives in Edmonton. I live in Calgary. Okay. So that's to tell you how we are still very, very close. We moved to Canada almost the same year. So, um, where was I into? Yes. So, while as interns, while we are both interns at the time, okay, we interacted with quite a number of leadership people within it's FI. Worked at FITC, and FITC was owned by all the commercial banks in Nigeria, the, all the deposit commercial banks in Nigeria, alongside the CBN, the likes of CBN, NDIC, SEC, and the rest of them. Okay, like it was a very big consult. As we worked with them majority of the time. So long story short, we worked with quite a number of these people, leadership team, and I found out something, and that was what has really reshaped the way I think about not just work, but life, and also career, business, and so on and so forth. Okay, and there was this book that actually resounded it a lot better. Be so good, okay, they can't ignore you. Be so good, they can't ignore you. Don't be average, okay? Don't be all right. Be so good to the extent where they can't ignore you. So, like I was saying, I worked with quite a number of leadership people within the banks, okay? CEOs, CFOs, compliance officers, head of finance, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. And I noticed that majority of them are not exceptional. Some of them even talked in a funny way. And I wonder, why is this person in this capacity? What got to this person to this capacity? And speaking to these people, I got to see that they are actually exceptionally good at what they do. What differentiates them, a team lead from a normal member, is experience. They're just good at what they do. They're just very good. They're actually just very good at what they do. So while as an intern at the time, I was like, what can I be very good at? What's that thing that I can be good at that anywhere I find myself, I will survive. I'll be very good. I'll be okay. And that's where I stumbled upon data. Before I even stumbled upon the tech space, I wrote ICANN. Okay, and this is part of the 80% people will never see. I wrote ICANN, wrote the first exam, passed two, failed one, failed financial accounting. Okay, I had 49 on the dot. I was so paid. Now I moved on to the second exam. I did my best again, and I had 47 or 47, 48. I can't remember. Just about a point, 2 points from the first score. At that point in time, I said, you know what? I'm not gonna do accounting. I'm not gonna do ICANN anymore. ICANN is even just Nigeria. Okay, I'll go and do ACCA. So I went to the ACCA. I went to write ACCA. As about the next day, I was meant to write the exam. I went to the reading center to go read. While I was coming out of the place, trying to head back home in Yaba, there was a cab, there was a bike, man. Anyways, long story short, my bag was stolen. So the reading materials and everything I had in the bag was stolen. And and I was like, I had a conviction in my mind that maybe God doesn't want me to write ACCA. Like I'm wasting my time. Okay. So I left ICANN, I left ACCA, and I went into human resources to say, okay, do you know what? Let me try human resources, CIPM. I did that one, finished it, and I graduated, did everything. Now, on the last day when I was doing my convocation or whatever ceremony they did, I went there and I didn't feel connected. I didn't feel like I was a human resource person. Okay, so I went into something else again. I went into financial modeling. Okay, so there was a boot camp that I paid for. I paid for it. They taught me Excel. They taught me financial modeling, Power BI, SQL, and all that. So it was a full course, and I was totally excited about it. And even after that, I was still unsure what I wanted to do. Should I become a financial analyst? I'm an economist. Most economists that you know are not very interested in accounting. Okay, we don't really like rules and regulation as economists. We can easily just economic demand, supply. It's subjective. Your answers may not be always. So when you now tie somebody up that debit and credit, you need to debit the receiver. It becomes very trifling. So I didn't like accounting. Okay. So long story short, I read a book. It was the Future of Works report. And I think I've shared it with you guys before in one of the sessions that we had. Okay. So I'm just going to share that again. It was a Future of Jobs report. Okay. I read it in 2015 or thereabouts. Okay. Future of Jobs reports. Future of Jobs reports. Okay. There's one that came out this year, 2025. I read the document. It's from the World Economic Forum. This is it. I don't want to download it again. I think I've downloaded it before, but I'll just download it again. So it's a future of jobs report. It's a 290-page document talking about the future of work. So at the time when I read this particular document in 2015, I saw that they kept saying data is the new oil, and that's still something that everybody talks about. And they were talking about data science is the sexiest job of the future. And I was like, okay, do you know what? I don't know what data science is. I don't know what data analytics is. I don't know anything about data. The only data in Nigeria I knew then was mobile data that you buy on your phone and you can use it to access the internet. That's the maximum I knew about data. But long story short, that was when I dabbled into data, and I said, okay, I want to learn data. And remember, the key thing for me was I wanted to be good at something that anywhere I find myself, I will be recognized. So be so good, they can't ignore you. While skills trump passion in the quest of work you love. So it's a book by Carl Newport. I mean, there are quite a number of places you could get it. It's free. I mean, you can even just go to PDF Drive and search for it. I mean, maybe go. Let me just search for it. Show you what you can do to get the book. It's a very small book. It's something that you can read over. I don't know how fast you read, but if you're a slow reader like myself, it'll probably take you 3 days. Okay. PDF Drive, you can go to PDF Drive. PDF Drive basically they have a lot of books, a lot of things. So if you want to get a book for free, this is what you can do. I didn't teach you this, but I mean it's a legit site, so it's not a problem. So good they can't ignore you. Okay, so this is how you can get free books. And it
We are
comes
not
in.
seeing your screen, no, Ife. We are seeing the
Okay.
PowerPoint.
What am I always making mistake sharing the wrong thing? Okay. All right, so I think this is the future of jobs reports. Okay, so all I did was just search for future of jobs reports. Okay, future of jobs reports 2025. Once you search for it, this is the document. It opens. This is it. All you need to do is click on download PDF. It's a future of jobs report 2025. The good thing about this is if you look at this now, I'm just going to scroll down a little bit so I can show you a thing. I think I did this in the first session, but I'll just see it. So you see the skills outlook and there's job outlook. So page 18. So if I go to page 18 now, okay, you see total jobs growth and loss. So you see fastest fastest growing and fastest declining job between 2025 to 2030. So you look at majority of the roles that are existing today that are growing are majorly in the tech space. Okay, so big data specialists, fintech engineers, AI and machine learning specialists, software and development and application developers, security management specialists, data warehousing specialists, autonomous and electric vehicle specialists. I mean, that's too technical. UI UX designer, so light truck and delivery service drivers, Internet of Things specialists, data analysts and scientists, and so on and so forth. The ones that will decline: postal service clerk, bank tellers and related clerks, data entry clerks, cash and ticket clerks, administrative assistants, executive secretaries, accounting and bookkeeping and payroll clerks. So these are roles that are going to be declined. And they did a very holistic one. Okay, they did a very holistic one. Okay, where they actually went deep down into the job roles themselves that would grow and the ones that would decline. Okay, so what you see here over here are the ones that would decline. So you see sales representative and wholesale, sales and purchasing agents broker. We have so many roles in there. There are so many roles that will decline. Okay, but the ones that will grow, that should be your focus. Okay, that should be your focus, and that's what you can do. Okay. Now, I was talking about a book, PDF Drive. So all you do is go to PDF Drive. Okay. So go to PDF Drive, and you can go to the first, maybe the second one. Okay. .co.com. Okay. Yes. Fantastic. So, like I said, this is a very good resource for you book lovers, or even the guys that are doing data science, data analytics, and you want to download the book. This is a good place to come to download books. So come here and search for Cal Newport. Okay, let's see what books I can find from Cal Newport. But you could actually just search for the actual book. Okay, let me just search for the actual book. So good. Okay, but I could actually just send the link to the group. I mean, I have the book. I have the actual book itself, so I can send it to you. Okay, let me see. I think I saw it in the first one. The first link I saw. Okay. Who are you? Okay. So scroll down, and this is the 1 year. Click on it. So good they can ignore your card Newport, read for browse summary and all that. But yeah, I can send it. I think I'll just send it to the group so we don't waste too much time. So yeah, long story short, stumbled upon data science, wanted to get into data science, and I was trying my luck. Okay, I tried my luck for so long, you know, even when I was in Nigeria, I started learning. Okay, it took me about 2 years to like learning phase was about 2 years. But when I was learning in Nigeria, I just felt like I needed to be doing something. Okay, so I was working with a consulting company. So I mean, we had stuff around financial analytics and all that. I was always called upon to go facilitate or lead conversations or go teach. And you see, majority of them that are there in the class are either chartered accountants, or something, or directors. I mean, this particular one was with CBN, and they are all associate directors. And and it was, it got exciting that okay, this simple thing that I just started learning is something that everybody wants me to go talk about or go show people how to do it. So it became very exciting, and the span for me just became very, very large. Okay, in the sense that I just kept trying. Okay, showing up every single day, showing up. I did not have a job that carried data analyst or data scientist. I did not even know fully what I was doing, but I just kept showing up every single day. So you see, when people will go out to have fun on the weekend, when I'll go to Unilag back in the days and I'll go read, and that was a picture of mine. My wife took that picture, and she would take the picture, and we were laughing, and all that. So whenever other persons were doing something fun for themselves on the weekend, on the Saturday, on the Friday night, this was me also going back to the office on the weekend to go study on the weekend, to read, to become better, to be just, I wanted to be so good in that particular thing that anywhere I find myself, I will be great. Fast forward, I relocated to Ireland and I couldn't get a job. Okay. So all those so good I was talking about, it didn't work well. I got into the warehouse. So while I was doing my master's in Ireland, I needed to get a job to survive. Okay. So I started working as a warehouse operative, and that was the picture I have there. And at the time, it wasn't good. Okay, it wasn't a good time, to be honest, working night shift. And I think I talked about how many hours I used to work back then. That was after my master's, anyways. I couldn't still get a job, so I was still doing the warehouse even after my master's. I think about 4 months, 5 months after I finished my master's, I couldn't get a job. So you see, I got distracted so many times. A friend of mine would get a job as a UI UX designer. I would drop everything data because I felt like UI UX is better, it's faster. I know so, but this guy that got the job, you know, I mean, be like person with it doesn't look like somebody that has done too much, okay, that knows a lot. Okay, so I'll dabble into UI UX again. I'll try to learn UI UX, try to see, if I spend the next couple of weeks learning UI UX, I will get a job. I would easily get a job. So I saw that, okay, do you know what? I got to that conscious incompetence stage where I figured out that there is so much I need to learn in order for me to get a job as a UI UX designer. So what happened? I stopped learning UI UX. I went back to data. Okay. Then another friend of mine got a job as a software engineer in Ireland. It was earning about 60 grand at the time. I was like, wow, okay. Let me go and learn software engineering. So I started learning PHP, started learning HTML, all the things I needed to learn to get a job. Same thing, I got to a point where conscious incompetence. I saw that, okay, there's so much I need to learn. So much I need to learn. I don't think I have the time to learn software engineering end to end in such a short period of time. I quit. I left software engineering. Same thing with cloud engineering, same thing with DevOps, etc. So you see, I got distracted so many times that that was one of the major reasons why. Give me a second. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yeah, your screen is up.
Oh, okay. Sorry, just disconnected.
Yeah.
I wasn't too sure. All right. So yes, so I got distracted so many times, and you see that 5 months where I was still working in a warehouse was the time I was getting distracted because I just wanted to leave the warehouse. So I kept trying my best to see how I can leave. Okay, try my best with this, try my best with that, and I never, and that's what really took me so long. Okay, loads of rejection emails, interviews were not converting. I would go for interviews or even get rejection emails. The few of the ones that will call me for interview, I would not secure it. So, and that was the frustrating aspect. Okay, but eventually, when I say keep trying, it's to tell you that actually keep trying, just keep doing, just keep showing up every single day, just keep showing up every single day, and eventually, the company I was working as a warehouse representative, where I was working in the warehouse. I got my first job as a business intelligence developer. The same company. I was showing up every day to work in a warehouse, night shift, wearing my safety boots and all the jackets and all the things, working in the code. Okay. The same company I actually got a job working as a business intelligence developer. Now, the key thing here is, even at the time when I was working in the warehouse, there were quite a number of miscommunication, quite a number of things that people said. Oh, if you meant now, no, they stress yourself. Don't stress yourself. Okay. When they see your name would even put you at a disadvantage. They know say that you're not Canadian, or you're not Irish, or you're not English, or whatever the case might be. You're not white, essentially. They will reject you based on your name. All right. So I actually contemplated using Michael instead of Ifemena. So it will be easy for people to say that, okay, the first name is Michael, maybe the guy is German and I've not seen Epro before in my life, that kind of thing. So I contemplated changing my name on my CV. I contemplated so many things. So many people will tell you so many things about why you're getting rejected. But at the end of the day, the reason why you're getting rejected is because you don't have a great CV. It's not because nobody has the time to be looking at your tribal area or where you're from or where your name is from. Okay, so those are the things that um, and even at the end when I got this job, I was scared because I felt like a fraud. Okay, I've not really worked in the capacity of a data analyst before or a BI developer before. I've never worked in that capacity before. The only thing I've done, maybe train people, teach people how to use Excel and all that. But I had to rebrand myself. Okay, I had to rebrand myself. Just the way it wasn't on my CV anymore. I had to rebrand myself, literally, and that was what got me my first job. I got the first job. I was scared, felt like a fraud. I've not done this before. What do I do? What does a data analyst do? What does a business intelligence developer? What do they do? I don't know. But you see, I showed up every day at work also. So they tell me to do something, I will read and go and figure it out. Okay. Or even ask colleague and somebody, or reach out to people that I know that are in the field. What would you do? What are you currently doing? They ask me to do this particular thing. How do I go about it? So having people around you would actually help you significantly. Okay. And eventually I was able to get my first job. So with all the doubts, with all the, eventually, once I got this first job, I moved from Ireland. I worked with about two companies. I got like two offers within 6 months in Ireland. Moved to the UK, got offers, changed jobs, and so on and so forth. Now I can share it with you because it's my 80%. And even I don't think I've covered the entire 80%, but this is just a few, just to let you know that the number of things I've gone through, from not even knowing what I wanted to study in university, to coming out of school, to not knowing what I wanted to do, to try my hands on ACA, I can, try my hands. Nobody will see all those things. Failure. Nobody will know I worked in the warehouse. You won't see me today and say, if a man, you look like somebody that worked in the warehouse. No, you will never see that. But I will make a post today and be like, oh, this guy is privileged. The guy, the guy don't. But I've done all these things. Nobody will see it. Okay? But even in doing all those things, I still didn't believe that, okay, I still had that doubt. But the key thing difference between myself and somebody else would be I tried. I kept trying, like just keep trying every single day. Okay. And that's exactly what pushes you beyond your limits. And that's what imposter syndrome is supposed to do for you. Okay. Keep you grounded in that comfortable life where you are, okay, where you feel like you're going to be okay. So these are practical steps that you can take to overcome imposter syndrome. Okay, number one is acknowledge the feeling. Now, just have this thing at the back of your mind. I'm not the only one that is thinking this way. It solves 90%, I would say about 70% of the problem. Okay, the fact that you know that it's not only you that is feeling this way. If a man that got a job as a business intelligence developer when we were looking at transitioning, he got a job and he still had imposter syndrome. But now, fast forward how many years after, okay? I don't feel like even till now, if I want to get a new contract, I'm starting a new business line, starting something, I just feel like, is it going to work? It's not going to work. Should I waste my time? There's so many doubts, and so the fact that you can acknowledge that feeling that you're not the only one that is feeling this way. I mean, you should feel a bit more comfortable with trying. Okay, you're not the only one that feels that way. That's something you should have at the back of your mind. Embrace lifelong learning. You cannot say that you're not good enough and you don't even try to learn. Now, something I usually use as a point of advice to most people, whenever you guys go out for a game night, you go out for a game session, you go out to meet your friends, you go out with people, I want you guys to take a second and ask yourself deep down, are these people reading? Are these people reading every single day to improve their career, to improve themselves? And you see that sometimes it's clear to know the people that are doing very well. Oh, somebody just got a new contract. Somebody just got a new job. This person is switching their jobs almost every day like a shoe. Okay? Trust me, that person is reading. You can't be that competent without, you can't be competent without reading. Okay? You can't be lucky. There's something like luck. Luck basically is preparation that meets opportunity. So you are prepared. Opportunity came, you back the opportunity. It's not luck. If you don't know how to sew a clothes and you're talking to Dangote, and Dangote said it means to sew merchandise for all their staff. Do you know how to sew? No, you don't. Are you prepared? No, the opportunity came, but it will pass you by because you don't have that capacity. Okay, so the key thing that you need to ask yourself when you're around your friends, ask yourself: are these people reading every single day? Are they studying? Are they learning new things? If I ask a person about AI, how to leverage AI in the work, or how would they be able to answer the question? If I'm looking at getting a job, can I talk to this person and this person will be able to advise, or whatever the case might be, whatever situation is. The thing here is people don't learn. After a certain age, people don't sit down to learn anymore. Once I get a job, I'm okay with that job. I'll do it every single day, and that's the end. People don't get to learn anymore. Now the thing here is, and something I've always stuck with myself is, learn something new every day. Try to make it an habit. Okay, learn something new every day, and it's very easy to do, honestly. So your Instagram, your Twitter, your follow people that are posting content on things that would help you to learn every single day. Okay, so a new update is out with something ChatGPT or something tech, something T, or something your line or your focus area. You follow those kind of people that will constantly update you. Read articles, okay, and you even use ChatGPT to just create a learning plan for yourself that you can read on every single day. So embrace lifelong learning in your career path or in the career path that you want to go into. The next thing is seek support and mentorship. There is nothing. The reason why mentorship is very important is if I've never been to Evanston before. I've never been there before. Okay, let's just assume that there is no Google map. Okay, and I want to drive from 19th Avenue, okay, all the way to Evanston without Google map. It's gonna take me. It's gonna take me a long time to get there. A very long time to get to Evanston, or even drive to Edmonton or wherever. Okay, it's going to take me a long time to get there. But now imagine I have someone like Grace or someone like sorry, I can't remember the other lady's name, Angela, living in Iverson. They are sitting down with me in the car. If you may now enter 16th Avenue, take the road from Trans Canada Way, take it down to the end. When you get to this junction, move to the left, move to the right, move to the left, to the left, to the right, to the left again, to the right, to the left, to the right, take the next turn. Sorry, I'm rapping. I used to be a rapper in my past. I never talked about my rapping experience, but maybe next time I'll share more about that. All right. You see, the fact that I moved from 19th Avenue to Evanston, having someone like Grace or Angela in the car, I'm going to get here easily because they know the way. They know how to get there. Okay, they know downtown and they know how to get to their own house. They show me the way. It's as simple as that. Now, if I try to figure it out myself, it will take me months or even hours to get to Evanston. That's where mentorship comes in. My failures shouldn't be your failures. The places I fail shouldn't be the way you fail also. All right? So I will tell you what to do to overcome, to bypass, and so on and so forth. And that's what mentorship does for you. Now you can get mentors on LinkedIn. It doesn't have to be somebody that you know. You could just reach out to people on LinkedIn. Hello, wonderful experience. I'm currently in this particular career path, but this is the career I would like to do in the next. And I'm currently looking at people that can, provide some form of support in some way or the other, guidance. I know I would really appreciate it if you have, 5-10 minutes of the time where we can have a chat. Mentor, somebody that can talk to you about that. Okay. Now get feedback. Very, very important. Now get feedback. Talk to your people, even your family members. Do you guys feel like I can handle this? Okay, do you think I can, let me present something to you. Tell me how I'm presenting this to you. Get feedback from people around you or even people that you work with. Okay, and seek how you can improve yourself every single day, either through your presentation or the kind of work that you do or whatever the case might be. Get feedback. Okay, and that's how you become better at what you do. Okay. Now, avoid comparisons. That's something that I would say sort of ignites the thoughts of that imposter syndrome. The feeling essentially is comparison. Okay, this person has studied something in this university. This person has a master's now. This person has this. This person has that. This person has this. Comparison is a thief of joy. Okay, this person will be able to achieve it. The person has, you keep comparing. Your journey is your journey. Okay, your journey is your journey. There's nothing. There's no two way about it. Okay, your journey is your journey, and that's something you need to acknowledge. When is your time to get your own job? You will get it, and you'll be excited, and you'll be happy. The pay will be great. You would have a wonderful time. Don't compare yourself to other people. Then the next thing is practice self-compassion. It's not going to be simple. It's not going to be as easy as saying that, okay, I feel it, and I'm not going to think about it. No, you need to acknowledge and even give yourself accolades that I'm trying my best. Okay, so pat yourself on the back. Okay, be the one. Don't wait for somebody to pat you first. Pat yourself on the back to say you're trying. You're doing good. You made a mistake. Fine, that's okay. It's part of the learning curve. Go ahead. I went for an interview. I don't know what to say. I messed up. Fine, that's okay. We'll move to the next one. So practice self-compassion, and you're going to be fantastically okay. Now, the next thing is participate in communities. Nigerians in outside the countries, especially in Canada, it's appalling the way Nigerians don't want to relate with other Nigerians. Okay, now if you go to a community where you have a lot of people that are probably working well in, not everybody wants to recommend other Nigerians, but you don't know who can recommend you. Okay, it's good. I will tell you, it's easier for a Nigerian to recommend. Or even in more funny thing is, I've heard stories that in Nigeria and Canada, it's a bit tricky. Okay, the UK, I think the UK is a lot better in terms of community. I think it's a lot better, honestly. We just need to do it a little bit better in Canada, to be honest with you. But long story short, particularly in the community. So if you're in a tech space, tech event, go outside, leave your house, go outside for tech events. Okay, talk to people. What are you doing at the moment? Oh, you don't know who you will talk to, and you will hear that, oh, they are leading a team of professionals, be it business analysts or some cybersecurity analysts or something. That you're like, oh yeah, currently I have a ton of experience coming from Nigeria. I'm new in the country, but I have experience with this. I've done this. The organization seems like an organization that is, you don't know how the opportunity is going to come out, but that's where you get opportunities within the communities. So tech events, it could be your real estate events. I don't know if you're looking at getting into real estate or you're looking at becoming a finance. There are so many finance hangouts in Calgary. Okay, I see a lot of meet and finance or something on Instagram. So go for those kinds of meetup, talk to people, share your own experiences and so on and so forth. And that's how you can build up your own network of people within this community. And the next thing is celebrate your success. You finish a course, you took a course, you finished it. Fantastic. I'm happy. I was able to finish this course. We can apply for 5 jobs today. That's beautiful. I have one interview next week. Amazing. Okay. Celebrate your success. Don't discount it. Apply for 50 jobs. Only one has come true. Be happy that one even came true. Okay. All right. And that's how you keep getting better, getting better, getting better. So what I would say from today's session is remember these keywords. If you want to stand out anywhere you find yourself, remember that you have to be good. You have to be so good they can't ignore you. So you go for an interview. The key thing that you have at the back of your mind is, I'm going to present in a way that, or I'm going to speak in a way that they would know that I'm so good, they won't be able to ignore me. Okay? That's exactly what you need. Don't go and present just basic stuff. Try to do something a tad bit more exceptional. Okay, that they won't ignore you. So that's the end of my session anyways, and I hope this would ignite some people to see how they can get started in their career. Okay, what does this sound, guys? What do you guys think about this?
Thanks for sharing.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Grace. Appreciate it.
Thank you for sharing.
How are you
right.
sending the PDF for this?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, you guys, oh yeah,
Thank
oh
you,
yeah.
Ife.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Femina.
Yeah,
If
so
your base is getting plenty.
my
You have
basic
not-
what?
Yes, you have not responded to the CV that we sent, and this is
Oh, I
already
said
good.
like it's been very, very I honestly the way my week has been so far has been really hectic.
You extend
But
these 7 days to 14 days, oh.
no.
Because if
was
you
not
don't,
a
you
I'll
don't.
nice.
definitely respond to everybody. Some people do use the format. Okay, I've scanned through it. Like I've done my own 6 second scan for people's CV, but I just need to be a bit more in depth, and that's
Okay.
where the work is. But like I said, I would take out time, okay, to do it and review everybody's CV. I mean, for the people that submitted, I would likely do maybe one. I'll try to see if I can squeeze in a one-on-one next week with everybody so that we
That
can
would
have
be
like a
great.
one-on-one time. I think that would be my compensation for you guys. Okay, for not responding on time.
Okay,
Okay,
please, I have a question.
Yeah,
sorry,
sure, sure.
let me finish.
Okay.
So that's number one. Number two is this book that you showed us. Are you sending us the PDF copy, and where are you sending it? You know, the group, or you're dropping it here in the
Now over that one, I can drop it in the group. I can drop it in the group even before we finish. I can
okay.
drop
That's
it.
number three. Are we still having our 6:30 appointment today?
6:30.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's
Today.
fine.
Oh, I have a
If
meeting
today is
for.
not possible, it's fine. We can do Saturday, we can do Sunday. It's fine.
Okay, I'll look at the calendar and I would. You sent me a message, yeah? Correct.
On LinkedIn. That's LinkedIn.
Oh, could you send me a message on WhatsApp? I think that's where I mixed it
I
up.
don't know who you are here. There are many people talking to
Okay,
us.
yeah.
There's Tuna,
Cool.
I don't know who is who.
Okay,
Which one
okay. I'm gonna. Do you know what I'll do? Let me see. What's your name on this? And let me see if I
is
can get
Grace.
you.
Grace Emily Mampari.
Okay, I'll DM you right now, so it's easier for me to. Grace. The Grace here is Grace alone.
There's
What's the
you said
Can I?
you said three groups there. One
Yes, well,
announcement. There's one
What's
announcement.
the
There's
last number? What's your last number? What's the last 4 digits of your phone?
2211.
611.
No, 2211.
Okay, I've seen
2211.
you. Oh, okay, I've seen you.
hello. Yeah.
All right.
Can I also chat you on the WhatsApp?
Tomilola, yeah, sure, you
Hello,
can, 100%.
Okay, Mr. Femina, I want to say thank you. You
Hello.
know, I've been joining since Monday, but I've been at work, so I'm not able to talk. But
Unmute
the
yourself,
truth
okay.
is, as others are asking questions, they are already taking care of my concern. I just
Yeah,
want to say
I
thank
guess.
you for the depth, because I've even paid to speak to a coach and the rest before. I just came into Canada. I finished my postgraduate, and it's been, and you talking about imposter syndrome, it has really been a big force that have been holding me down, because when
Mm,
you come in, you came in with experience, but now you are not sure of where that experience is even valid, because the systems are just too different. You talk,
I know, I mean,
yeah, all
yeah,
my experiences are in banking in Nigeria, but coming here, it's like, no, no, no,
it's not
it's
the
not
same thing.
similar. That's just it. They are
Mm,
just far from each other. So, but with all this, I'm really grateful. I just want to say thank you for what you do, and God
yeah,
bless you.
appreciate that big time. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Like I said, if you submitted your CV, I'll try to schedule a one-on-one next week so that we can discuss different things that we can do to help you. Okay, get into a career path that would still be very rewarding. The key thing about new country is it's not easy, to be honest with you. Okay, we also as professionals or as immigrants, we should learn that we need to be fluid, okay, and flexible to see how we can move into a new career path immediately without wasting too much time, without maybe something that you can quickly learn, quickly, get the grasp of and apply yourself immediately. So if you're, let's say, relationship manager in Nigeria, and that's what you've been doing, relationship, talking to people and so on and so forth, you're not a very good career path that you can go into would be something around tech sales. And I was just speaking to somebody last week. The ladies in Edmonton, all right, and the person was talking about their experience. The person was in sales in Nigeria. They came here. They're still doing sales, and I was like, okay. I mean, the lady sounded so good with sales. and she was doing very good. She works with like a franchise company or something like that, and she was talking about the things that she does, but it's not very flexible, and all that. I was like, have you considered tech sales before? And she was like, oh, that's not, sales within the tech space. So rather than you selling physical products, you are selling a digital product. Okay. And there are quite a number of businesses that are looking for tech sales professional. So those are the kind of, and I opened my eyes to it. And in the last 2 weeks or thereabouts, your dad, I just prepped up an interview, I'll say 2 weeks ago. And she was with one of the most highly reputable internet provider here in Canada, here in Canada itself. So that's just a tip. Okay, so switching careers is not as difficult. Some people would have to go learn again, maybe spend a couple of weeks, months to learn. But at the end of the day, you know that 2 weeks, 1 month, 6 months, whatever time you used to learn, you can use that knowledge to set up a new career here in Canada, and you're going to be great. So that's something that we can discuss during our one-on-ones next week. Have you submitted your CV?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so we'll have a conversation. I'll figure out a time next week. You might not. I might try. I think over 20 people or 30 people submitted. So I will try to schedule like a
Hello?
15 minutes conversation.
Okay.
Then we can move on from there.
Hello?
Okay.
Hello? Hello,
All
Mr.
right.
Yusuf?
Mr. Solomon, show you
Hello,
me.
Mr. Yusuf. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, you're muted. I think you're on the phone. So please. Okay. So let me take Ufoma.
Yeah. If thanks so
Ufoma.
much. Yeah, Ofoma, yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks so much. So I sent you a chat on WhatsApp. I don't know if you saw it. Yeah, about the code. I haven't gotten the code yet. I just wanted to let you know. No pressure, but just thought to let you know.
You sent me a DM. Are you sure it was
Yeah,
me? You
DM.
sent it?
I don't know if it was you or Uche, but I sent it though to someone. The person had responded to me earlier, so I'm not sure if it was your number. I just wanted to let you know.
I don't think that was me, anyways.
Uche
would respond. If it's Uche, I'm pretty sure she's going to respond.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
So just send a message to put that number again. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay. All right. Let me take the next person quickly. So, is it somebody else hand was up just now? Okay. So let me just stop sharing so it's easy for me to see everybody. Okay. No chat. Okay. Onyeka, yes. Let me hear from you.
Okay. Thank you so much once again.
You're welcome.
I'm sure, of course. Don't get tired, okay, of our thanking you. All right. Again, it only shows the depth of our gratitude because we know, what things some of us, of course, have been through since, we came here and all of that. And like you rightly said, the Nigerian community in some way, they're actually not helping. Because oftentimes the few folks, of course, you think ordinarily, should have provided a mentorship, even when you approach them. They are just, I don't know. I mean, they are, see, I've taken the bull by the horn, right? Because I know me. I've had to walk into certain offices. At some point, of course, like I was going from bank to bank. Okay, let me see. Especially, of course, those names that sound like Nigerians and all of that. And I've had to speak with them and all that. And I know me. I know my worth, and I know what value. Okay, and I know what I'm bringing to the table. But the way they will say to you, the way they are responsive, it just, as in you just like you asking yourself, is this person not a Nigerian? Are we not from same, and all that? It's just really funny. Like you said, I've I've actually come to that point where I've said to myself, I'm going to maintain that, degree of fluidity, right? I had to, I'm doing stuff in cybersecurity and cloud computing. And at the same time, I started, program on data analytics. Do you understand? All in the bid, what if that's actually what it's going to take, okay, for me to fit in into the system? Let me, do it. But sometimes, you want to speak to people, you're talking to them, and about the only thing, I'm only asking for a foot in the door. All right? Just that foot in the door. And let it be that you've done your own part. And you're saying, oh, okay, I've done the much of what I can for this guy. But where some people begin to tell you stories,
Yeah,
this
no,
is not
I'm very
possible.
I'm not sure. I've
Honestly,
heard- I mean, there are quite a number of stories I've heard where Nigerians reaching out to other Nigerians, and it's a problem. Like it's even like where I lived. I lived in Seaton before. I was telling Angela and Grace, and you see other visibly people like the other Africans, but you know that this person is Nigerian because from their house when the person was talking, you hear the person speaking about. You see the person on the road, and you're like, "Hey, hi," like people just don't want to associate. I don't know I don't know what kind of situation they've gone through, and I don't want to use that to judge people, but I've seen that even non-Africans actually help you better than Nigerians themselves or Africans themselves. Okay, so I mean, if the Nigerians are not the one, pushing out themselves for you, I would say reach out to other people with other people. You'll be surprised that they'll be happy to recommend you to the role. And at the end of the day, you're going to be fine. Okay. So my younger brother actually was an Indian that recommended he's based in Toronto. Uh, Currently works as a senior financial analyst in Toronto. Guess what? It was an Indian lady that recommended him for the other job that he was doing before. Okay. So I mean, reach out to other people, not just Nigerians. Reach out to other people. It's a very multicultural country, so if one generation or even one particular community is not favoring you, speak to other people. All right, and that community will definitely help. Will help you significantly. Does that make sense? All right. So that's what I would recommend, anyways. Yeah. All right. I have
Hello. Hello.
Philomena. How are you? How
Yes,
are you doing?
please. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Okay, so I joined this platform from the very beginning, but unfortunately, for some, let me say, good or bad reason, I have never been able to join. Is there any place that I can find the videos that you've done on like interview preparation and even on the CV? I've seen some information that I'm still going through, but then the webinars that you've had over this week, is there a centralized place that I can find them?
Oh yeah, sure, 100%. Yeah, we have everything documented in a folder. So we'll share the link to the folder. Abiba, which is going to share this information again, maybe today or maybe first thing tomorrow
Okay,
morning. Yeah,
okay,
uh, you'll get
okay.
it. But for the guys in
Okay.
Canada, definitely I think we can get it today, most likely today. All right.
Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. I appreciate the work you're doing. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that also. Thank you so
All right,
much.
thank
All right, Raymond, that will be the last question for today. Then we'll see how we can move into tomorrow. We have another session tomorrow anyway, so see how that works. Tomorrow is on personal branding. That's also very important when we're talking about personal branding. Okay, so let's go ahead. Raymond, over to you.
Okay, so mine is not like a question. It's just first of all, to say thank you for this thing that you're doing. Bringing out all these things that we need to know in order to get the role that we wanted or with so much
Yeah.
desire. I mean, it's been a very learning and developing week for me because I've joined. I think I joined on Sunday. Monday was off, kind of, I think so. Or whether Tuesday. I joined on Monday.
Tuesday.
I joined yesterday, and I'm joining today. So I hope to continue that way also. Then
Okay.
also just to chip in with what you said regarding meeting Nigerians and them referencing you and all of that Nigerian community and stuff. I've been in Canada for 2 years now, and I will tell you one thing that the references I've gotten like 3 references so far, and they are not from Nigerians. See, two are from, Canadians here, and one is probably another African person that referred me. And I can tell you one thing, that is one thing that the Indians use to put themselves in strategic positions in this country. Once
100%.
one person is in there, it's like a chain. If anything comes up, they start bringing themselves in. Before you know it, once you will see a lot of them in an organization working there, and it could just continue like that.
True.
So, I mean,
I don't know if it's a mindset shift we need to have, but I think there is this competition, there's this stuff that is going around, which I don't know, it's not very healthy, especially for, I would say Nigerians most especially, to be honest. I've met Ethiopians, I've met other Africans, and they are pretty chilled, Cameroonians and all that. They're pretty chilled. But you see, Nigerian person like this, I'm more.
yeah, I mean, your fellow Nigerian will see you as a competition. Like when you come into somewhere with them, they see you like you're gonna start competing with them, or probably you're gonna start, or you want to take up their own role rather than working together and getting yourself or other people to come in, which are Nigerians as well. So it's just something that many of us need to let many Nigerian community within Canada here, because I belong to two different communities, and for once, none of them has ever posted any professional job that has to do with, and all of them are working professionally. Most people in the group, yeah, they work professionally. And I said to myself, is it that something has not come up within your organization that you could refer your fellow Nigerians or something? But it's just probably, that insecurity of we Nigerians.
Exactly.
So that's just it. Thank you very much.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's an insecurity, but at the end of the day, you don't know the person that will still help you. So that what I would recommend is still reach out to people. Nigerians, it's easier for you to have conversations and speak to them, but they might not be the best to recommend you, but still reach out. But I would say prioritize non-Africans first of all. All right, seek out the people. If I send message on LinkedIn, prioritize non-Africans, and then I think that's something that you can consider also. All right.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. I have more people. Philomena, do you want to say something?
Oh, I'm thinking I didn't bring down my hand. Let me just put it down. But let me say something.
Oh.
The thing is not about Nigeria. I think it's an African thing. I'm from Ghana and it's the same thing. So don't think that it's a Nigerian thing. It's just an African thing. People don't want to help one another. So yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. That's a good perspective. Thank you so much for that.
Let it start from each one of us.
What'd you say, Deji? Deji?
I said, let it change start from each one and every one of us. Like you now, you have shown leadership, and I love you.
That's
you, I mean, for bringing all this program, you have shown leadership and love. God bless you. Thank you.
Amen.
I love that. Absolutely spot on. That's why I keep telling you, just keep trying. Just reach out. I still greet everybody I see, black, anybody like this. I still, some of them we ignore, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't still change, and we keep doing it because you don't know what's gonna happen. So, and I mean, that's why we're doing what we're doing. Angela, then I'll take Solomon, and then we can call it a day.
All right, thank you, Faye. I don't want to overflog. We've all had all our experiences, but I'll just say, just like Faye had said, we should reach out to other persons. I remember the first job I got here, it was a Jamaican lady that actually referred me. The second one was someone from Djibouti. So we should just try and expand our circle. I hope we start for some reason I'm still waiting for Ife to tell us come and pay something, because that has been the experience. Pay. But if God bless you, seriously, for all you have poured out to us, God bless you, and where you ever would need help, you will always find one in Jesus' name. Okay. So one question I have is for the CV matchly thing. I'm having problems on my Chrome extension. I don't know why. So it's just there. It's telling me to remove the Chrome extension. So I've tried several times. I on uninstalled and installed again, but it's not working. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Yes, I don't know what I'm
Are you
doing
using a
wrong.
MacBook or what laptop are you using?
It's an HP. HP. Yeah.
I mean, after the session, we can just wait on the call. Then I
Okay.
could you share your screen and we can walk
All
you
right.
through.
Okay. That'll be all. Thank you.
No problem at all. Solomon, yes, I think I'll take you in that.
Yeah, I only want to trip in that I just get connected to you all over today, and for the little information that I'm hearing on the platform, I'm so much impressed. I stayed
Thank
in
you.
UK,
Okay.
but for the past 1 year now, I don't know, maybe it's the way I put my CV, or I've been having some interview, but yet after the interview, I've not been calling up to resume or whatever. Later they change the things. So I believe if I can have a one-on-one presentation with you, or I say how I can
Okay.
post my CV back to you, maybe you can put me through on a better way of doing things, and
Okay.
how to
Yeah,
forge
sure,
ahead.
that's
So that is
100%. So
exactly my
what I'll do, I'll get Uche to drop the messages for CV review again. Okay. Which is listening to us. I'm pretty sure she's
okay.
gonna do that. So CV, she's gonna upload the videos for CV and all the mentorship sessions that we've had, all the sessions we've had this week. Everything will be posted in there so that you can have access to it. And if you have any questions or anything, we would definitely be happy to jump on the call. The reason I'm limiting the one-on-ones to people that submitted their CV is a lot of people don't take free stuff they don't take it very serious.
Serious.
Okay. So when it's free, yeah, people don't take it serious. I mean, we have over 200 people in that community. Guess what? It's the same people that are joining every single day. It's the same people that are joining every single day. All right. Most of them are looking for jobs. Guess what? But or maybe it's the experience, like Angela said, they're always asking for something. There's always going to be something. So people are not very excited when it comes to free. Okay, it might not be totally free. So that's the situation that we find ourselves. But anyways, at the end of the day, you're here. So do the Uche is saying that it's in the announcement. It's in the announcement section. Please check. So go to WhatsApp. This just click on the icon. You go to announcement. You'll see everything in the announcement section. Okay.
Okay.
Solomon, that's for you.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Thank
right.
you very
That's
much.
it.
I really appreciate you. Yeah.
All right. No
Well,
problem. Yeah, no problem.
so what
Thank you
time are
so
we
much,
meeting
guys. Thank
tomorrow?
you. Tomorrow is
What
by
time are we
9
meeting tomorrow?
a.m. Okay, you are in
9
the
a.m.
UK, so that would be no, not 9 a.m. your own time. Sorry, just give me a second. It's 9 a.m. my time. That'll be around 5 p.m. About 5 p.m. your time. I think 5
Okay.
p.m. your time, UK time.
Okay.
5 p.m. tomorrow,
Okay.
UK time. But for me, it's gonna be 9
Okay.
a.m. 9 a.m. Yeah,
All right.
that's it.
Is tomorrow the last day, Efe?
So we have one on Sunday, but it's not. It's just going to be a close-off session, just for us to have a round table to talk about things that you've observed, things that you want to do, and just basically like a Q&A, essentially. Key challenges that you face, that you feel like you need advice on, then we can address everything on Sunday. But then one on Saturday will be the last session that we have. That's the last
What of
teaching session. Okay.
what of Toronto time? Toronto time. I mean Ontario time.
Ontario, that
10
would 10. That would be
11, yeah,
11.
you
I
guys
think.
are 2 hours
11.
ahead.